Welcome back to the Momentum Sports Podcast. If you're new here, please consider hitting that like button and hitting that subscribe button. Comment down below your thoughts. Derek and I love talking about college sports, especially college football and college basketball. We're excited to get on to this next topic that you came here for. So let's get it. Derek, let's talk about Ryan Day here, man. In my opinion, those boys are being too hard on this guy. He gets 10 wins every single season. He beats Penn State every single season.
Mm-hmm.
But he loses to Michigan every season. And
For the
also,
last,
he's made the playoffs, I think, 3 times. This will be the 4th.
how long has Ryan Day been the head coach?
He was there whenever Fields was there.
Yeah, he's keeping fire.
So
He's been there
he's
too
been
long.
to a national championship. He's brought them to the playoffs a number of times, 3 or 4. This is either the 3rd or 4th appearance. I think it's the 4th appearance. I mean, still, it's just like I don't know. How can you fire a coach after making the college football playoff? I mean, if they lose the first round, do you think that he's out? Like, legitimately, do you think he's out if they lose
Oh
this
yeah, one
playoff
hundred
game?
percent. The only
Really?
reason the only reason they haven't fired him because they're in the playoffs. That's just his last hope. Because you sign up to be a Ohio State Buckeye head coach, and there's only one thing you need to do. They don't care if you lose all your games. Beat Michigan. Well, you lost them 4 straight. Guess what? People are not happy. But if you win them a natty, guess what? They love you again. But yeah, you can lose all the Michigan games you want, but if you don't win the natties every time you do, he's gone. I'm telling you that right now. He is gone. If he does not win a national championship, he is gone.
Hmm.
Mm.
I don't know, man. Um, I think that it's a little ridiculous to do that, but I guess we'll see. I don't know of any other program that would do that. LSU is still holding on to Brian Kelly. I know Brian Kelly is most likely on the hot seat right now. But still, if you make the college football playoff pretty much every year, I just don't see it. I get that the whole loss to Michigan, it sucked, but the end of the day, they're still in the college football playoff, and they are contenders in the college football playoff. I think that
Mm.
one thing that they missed out on this year, though, is going after a legit quarterback. They got rid of McCord because they needed to get a better quarterback, but instead they went and got Will Howard. And no offense to Will Howard, but he's not really an upgrade to Kyle McCord, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. How long has Ryan Day been OSU's head coach? If you think about that, he's been there since what? It says
So,
here. He says he's the 24th and current head coach of the Ohio State University,
right.
a position he has held since 2019. So you're saying this is his 4th time in the playoffs is not true because they lost 4 straight to Michigan. You
They still
know,
made it in.
so he's been 1 year. He's been there for 5 years.
So
He's been in the playoffs for 1 year.
Justin Fields made a championship game. Then they lost
2019.
yeah, and then they lost to Georgia.
Yep.
And then okay, so
And
this would be the 3rd year then.
so this is the 2nd time because they lost to Michigan 4 times.
No, 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 no. They've been in the playoffs 2 different times then.
Not with Day because
Yeah,
yeah,
they have.
2019. He was the head coach in 2019.
Yes, I know. That's one.
2020, no. 2021, no. 2022, no. And then 2023, no. Wait.
You're missing
Yeah,
one. When did they lose to
20,
Georgia?
2019.
No. That
Wait,
year
no.
I think they lost to isn't that the year they played LSU or Alabama? Alabama beat them in the championship. Georgia beat them on a separate time. So this will be their
This
third.
it's let me see here. Ohio State's last national appearance.
No,
Oh,
no,
that's not
playoff.
right.
Playoff.
Oh, playoff.
Playoff.
Oh, okay. Ohio State's last playoff, and I'm looking
Which
this
is the
up right
top
now.
4 teams in the nation
Yeah.
until this
Okay,
year.
really? Okay,
Yes.
there's December 31st, 2022 was the last
Yep.
time they lost a narrow one,
To
42,
Georgia.
41. Oh yeah, that was a close game. But no, uh, then that was only one time. They've never been to the playoffs before then. They didn't go to the playoffs in 2019, or maybe they did.
They did.
Then okay,
They
maybe they
played
did.
Alabama in a national championship. I'm pretty sure they may have gone one other time, but regardless, 3, 4, whatever it is, that's an incredible resume. Like, look at the current winningest coaches right now, and Ryan Day is on that list.
Mac Brown was on that list.
He's okay. I'm talking about most wins, like win to loss ratios.
Yeah. Well, Mac Brown had
Uh,
10 win seasons for
like,
10 years.
well, I'm talking about right now. Ryan Day wins 10 games a season. Sometimes he even gets to 12. He gets between 10 and 12 wins a season.
Mm-hmm.
He's at 10 right now.
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything.
You would fire a coach
Yep.
after a 10-win season.
For that kind of program, who puts $20 million into players, yes,
Then
I would.
Alabama must be firing, and LSU too, because LSU, Alabama, these programs also, Georgia, with Kirby Smart missing the playoffs last year, losing to Bama for the I don't know how many times, he must have been fired too, right?
But the difference is what I said in the beginning of this discussion. I said the whole job description for Ohio State's head coaching position is to beat Michigan. That was always the bread and butter because they hate each other. They hate each other so much they're willing to tear up each other's flags and fist fights where the cops have to spray pepper spray. Okay, that's why
So,
they're hired.
so Urban Meyer never lost to Michigan?
Meyer was winning against Michigan. Michigan had a slump those years.
Yeah,
That's
no,
why he
they
kept
were
his
really
job.
bad. That's why he kept his job.
Yeah.
Ryan Day comes in and Michigan figures it out.
You don't want to go down as a coach who lost 4 straight to Michigan?
I'm just
No.
saying, man, like firing a coach after 10 wins to me without there being like a scandal or something weird, like it just sounds ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
And who would want to take a job like that where you could get fired after 10 wins?
Texas is like that.
They're not they would not fire Sark after 10 wins.
No, because he has improved significantly. He started out, did this, and he did better than next year.
Texas
And
will
then the
not be
following year,
firing a coach after a 10-win season.
no, they did it to Mac Brown.
He didn't have a 10-win season his last season. They didn't have anybody go to the NFL draft that year.
No, but he had the record for most 10 wins. He had a legacy for
Okay,
the long
but
one.
not his last couple years. I'm talking about
No one can
coming
be
off of
perfect.
a 10-win season. Nobody fires their head coach after a 10-win season. I get you're annoyed by losing to Michigan. I get it. It sucks.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get that figured out. But you're in the college football playoff. And guess what? Every single year you're going to play Michigan again. There's next year. There's the year after that. There's the year after that. And guess what? Even if you lose to Michigan, you're still getting in the college football playoff.
It is what it is. That's how it is.
I'm just saying, like, it just sounds ridiculous to me to fire a coach after 10 wins. And again, like, who would want to go there if they're going to fire a guy after 10 wins?
If you lose 4 straight, yeah, you should
I
get
mean,
fired.
like, Ohio State does not have the most national championships. I do not think. I think it's Alabama.
Well,
So I guess
Ohio's
Alabama's at 9 wins. You must. I guess it's time to get rid of DeBoer, right?
well, DeBoer's new. You gotta give him some time.
All
There's a
right.
difference.
I get the Michigan factor. I do. I get that's the issue. It's the Michigan thing. But here's again, if you make it to the college football playoff and I don't know, you win 1 or 2 games in there, you know, that you're in the national championship game or whatever. And even if he loses in the first round, it's still like, I don't know.
I
Anyway,
say,
I think I'm
I
beating a
say,
dead horse on this one, but I
I
just think
say
it's
that.
ridiculous.
I say national champion. Most people are saying semifinal. If he doesn't win the semifinal, he's out. That's why I hear a lot too. And this is not coming from me. It's coming from other people.
Yeah, I know. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I mean, I get there will be disappointment if they lose, but look at Ole Miss. Ole Miss put just as much into the portal and money into getting the players and all of that, and they're not in there.
Ohio, Ohio State has the biggest payroll of players right now. That's 20 million, and they're
Ole
aiming
Miss
for
is not far behind.
Texas a lot closer.
Okay, sure. Uh, anyway, again, Sark's not getting fired after a 10-win season.
Well, Stark has actually progressed.
I'm
Ohio
talking
State.
about if he goes to the playoff a couple more times, um, he's not getting fired after a 10-win season. That is just unheard of.
Stark hit his benchmarks. All they wanted was a conference championship, and he got them. Now they won a national title, and he's on the verge of getting that for quite a few years.
How many wins did Ryan Day get his first season?
How many? I have no idea.
Look it up.
I'll look it up. Well, it's
Yeah,
probably
look up Ryan Day's first season. Look at how many wins he got.
first of all, okay. You can't compare that crap. Ryan Day took over for Urban Meyer, who had to leave
How
on
many
medical.
wins?
No, there's a difference. Urban,
How many wins?
Stark had a different team. I'm not looking at the wins.
What is the least amount of wins that Ryan Day has ever had at Ohio State? What is the lowest number of wins in one season?
Well, I'm sorry, but I tell you this: it's a lot better than what Stark got.
It's a lot better than Sark's. Yeah, it's a lot
But
better
you
than
know why?
everybody in the country.
You know
pretty
why?
much.
You know why? Ryan Day was handed a present.
Okay,
He was handed a rat present.
Okay, you could
Urban
say DeBoer
Meyer.
was handed Nick Saban's team.
Yeah, and guess what? They're still in the playoff conversation. That's the thing. But a lot of people jump shit from Alabama. Nobody jumped shit from
All
Ohio
right.
State.
Let's see what happens. If Ohio State loses, y'all can come back here in the comments section and give me the I told you so. But y'all better show up. Anybody that's saying Ryan Day should be fired if he loses in the first round, and if that happens, if they lose in the first round, you better own up to it and be like, hey, I was the one saying that Ryan Day would be out of here if they lost in the first round, and I was wrong.
They're
So
not losing the first round.
we'll see. We don't know the matchups. We don't know for sure what the matchups will be. This weekend could be very interesting. If Clemson wins, get ready for a bunch of chaos. So anyway, I think that's it for this segment. So we're gonna head on to the next one. See you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you got this far, please consider hitting that like button and commenting down below with your thoughts. We'll see you guys in the next video.